What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely, whatever day I want to drop this? It's your boy Reg in the building. Today, I'm finally going to give my thoughts on season 3 of Atlanta. I know I've been saying I was going to do this video for weeks and weeks on end. I've been hella busy these past couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get my life together and shit like that, got a new job and whatnot too. So I'm just trying to keep myself busy. And honestly, I've been thinking about how I was going to approach this review and stuff like that too, because Atlanta is definitely not like one of those shows you can just really talk from one perspective and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know what the show Atlanta is the show created by Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover. You know what I'm saying? It just follows the life of this music manager named Earn, managing his cousin's slash rapper Paperboy and stuff like that, and just what they see like and as a young black man in Atlanta and whatnot too. The show had two groundbreaking seasons and whatnot too. In my opinion, the second season so far was the best season, and the show pretty much is actually ending after its fourth season and stuff too. And it's crazy too because it's like the way they were filming the show was like they definitely had to wait a long. We had to wait a long time because season one was like on 2016. And then we had to wait like another 2 years for season two and whatnot. Which, like I said, that's like my favorite season and stuff like that. We had to wait like a whole 4 years because honestly, what had happened was Childish Gambino, um, he pretty much was doing like basically a lot. Like for one, he was doing the Lion King reboot movie with Beyonce and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then he had dropped this album, which was like the continuation of what's it out? Awaken My Love. This album he dropped was called 3/15/20. He did a whole This Is America song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? 3/15/20 was actually not that bad of an album. It was actually a pretty dope album. My opinion is kind of slept on in my personal opinion. Cause obviously Awaken My Love, that album to me is his best one he's ever done and shit like that too. But this album to me, he took like a whole different route with it. I'm gonna have to talk about that album one day. And so the thing about with this season, we last left off in the second season, they were getting ready to go on a tour in Europe. So they brought in Paperboy and Earn brought in Van, and they also fucking brought in Darius and shit too, which they're like the four main characters this whole fucking season. But see, this is kind of like a controversial season because even though majority of the season took place in like Amsterdam and London and all that crap, they still wanted to give stories like in the USA. So um pretty much, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They had like standalone episodes when they did like the season and shit like that too. Like which I want to get into that in a minute and stuff like that too. So this season was very polarized when it came to like the fan base and whatnot too. So and it was very instrumental because they came out with two episodes from the first season from the season as a premiere. Like the first one was called Three Slaps, and then the second one was called Sinterklaas is coming to town and shit. I think the Three Slaps episode is probably like one of the most impactful episodes, probably the most impactful episode of this season, but maybe like one of the most revolutionary episodes. It was written by Stephen Glover, who was Donald Glover's fucking brother and stuff like that. And it pretty much was based on the real life murder suicide of the Hart family. And for those of you who don't know about that scandal, it happened in 2018, where like this woman Jennifer Hart and her wife Sarah Hart had adopted like all these black kids and stuff like that too. That they end up fucking killing them when Jennifer Hart drove the family vehicle off a cliff and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And the whole fucking family had died. Family has suffered fucking abuse and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? It's a very crazy story. when I looked up, and because you know when the episode first me, we were all like, okay, where's where's Paperboy and all that shit. And honestly, that might be the best standalone episode of that fucking season. If there was just to have that only standalone episode that started off, I would have been cool with it. But we'll talk about that. So then, in the second episode, you had the Santa Claus is Coming to Town episode, where they're trying to get ready to go to Amsterdam. You like Paperboy and his crew, and they're just getting accustomed to fucking Europe. You know what I'm saying? Darius got believed to be Tupac Shakur when they went to this fucking funeral and stuff like that too. So that was pretty much the episode where it was just vintage Atlanta, in my personal opinion. But like this season, I think one of the problems I've had with this season was like its inconsistency. Like as you thought the story was going, they have like a standalone. I feel like the standalone episodes pretty much played a part in like ruin like the season's consistency and stuff like that too. Like I said before, I don't mind like the standalone episodes really, but I do mind the fact if it like gets in progress of the story, in my opinion, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because there was some good standalone episodes, but then there was some standalone episodes where it was just like I kind of missed the mark. And I think I think the episode to me, which was my least favorite standalone episode, was episode when they went to the fucking this white family had like a nanny, had a nanny. I think it's called Trini to the bone. Yeah, Trini to the bone and shit like that. Where they had like a nanny and stuff like that too, where the nanny dies and the married couple goes to the funeral, and then they're trying to experience a black funeral and stuff like that too. And it's crazy too because that episode actually had Chet Hanks, Tom Hanks' fucking son, is that piece of shit motherfucker and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have kind of criticized Atlanta for like the risky guest appearances and stuff like that, especially with people who had like sketchy kind of past. And Chet Hanks, pretty much like the black sheep of his family and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one that wanted to have like a white boy summer and whatnot. He made jokes about like the COVID-19 vaccine and whatnot too. Other guest appearances you have fucking Liam Nelson. Yeah, fucking Liam Nelson and stuff like that too, who were a guest appearance and shit too. And Liam Nelson, he's pretty much like an actor. He's an actor, action actor. But hmm. Then it's crazy too because it's like he got into some shit. He also got into some shit. He said some shit about blacks, if I'm not mistaken, and shit like that too. Hold on, let me double check some shit. No. Yeah. He said some shit. Not just he said shit about the Me Too movement and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about somebody else. Oh no, he did say some shit about blacks. Oh yeah, he did say some shit about blacks as well too. Yeah. But then I think the most eye opening was the late Kevin Samuels, the podcaster who was pretty much another polarizing figure when it came to this season and stuff like that too. It's like either you love him or you hate him and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about him, he never really bit his tongue, and that's one thing I can respect about him and shit. He appeared on the whole Witch Wigger, Poor Wigger episode and shit too. And it's just like it's crazy too because it's like when it comes to like this whole fucking season and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely when I got into stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because like Ern and his crew was simulating each other into like the Europeans. Like it was like a lot of shit. And yeah, I went and yeah, it was about like the racism, the racist topical issue stuff like that too. that too, stuff like that as well too, as what they've done with Atlanta. And you know what I'm saying? Whereas with the standalone episodes and shit like that too, while they did kind of talk about the whole racial, I feel like some episodes, it's like I don't miss the fucking mark and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The big payback episode with I want to say it was the reparations episode and shit like that too. I mean, I don't know what it was about the episode. I just felt like it was just they didn't really confront the issue head on and stuff like that in comparison to like the previous Atlanta episodes and stuff like that too. Um, I also kind of felt like he definitely some episodes definitely she tried to like make like a Twilight Zone is kind of feel to it as well too. Which Wigger, poor Wigger. Oh my god, that episode. I think that might be my second favorite standalone episode, but it was like a very weird episode. For one, it was shot in black and white. And I got what they were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to like a reverse racism kind of theory and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Some parts it came off a little silly. It came out a little silly, because if they were to talk about white privilege, white perspective and stuff like that, I got that, but it was just some parts was just some parts it was Twilight Zone-ish, which I fucked with, but some parts it just came off. It looked good on paper, but the execution just came off kind of weak and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Especially that ending scene and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Trying to talk about one more episode before I get to the finale and shit too. Yeah, I feel like to be one of the best episodes. I feel like the best episodes, which focused on Paperboy and stuff like that too, like New Jazz and I think the white fashion episode and stuff too. Like those were like another Atlanta, vintage Atlanta and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Paperboy pretty much, with the New Jazz episode and stuff like that too. Everyone trying to learn about fucking cancel culture and just criticizing that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And he ends up meeting this fucking girl who gives him like some drug or whatever, and they end up fucking have a trippy, like a trippy ass kind of episode. That's the episode when Liam Nelson shows up as well too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, very interesting. But I feel like the most talked about episode, the finale with Terror. Oh my god, that episode to me, I was trying to think how are they going to end the season, and I feel like that episode definitely gave length to what Van was doing in the year because I feel like when it comes to the show, the Van character I feel like was pretty good character, but pretty underutilized in some parts and stuff like that too. And that is not an attack on Zazie Beats acting. 'Cause I fucking love Zazie and stuff like that too. But this episode definitely took a very surrealistic tone and shit too because it pretty much focused on Van's friends and stuff like that too. They come to Paris, just doing on some vacation and shit like that. And then her friend Candace discovered it's Van, but then Van is speaking like some French accent. And one thing I loved about Beats' performance on that was the fact that her accent was so fucking good. You forgot that was actually her in the first place and shit too. You know what I'm saying? They go through this like this training day esque. Like she's next, she's like some jewelry. She's robbing some jewelry. She ends up buying some bread. She beats the nigga with bread. She beats him and shit like that too. And then she ends up having like this breakdown towards the end and stuff like that too, where like she pretty much don't know who she is, and she's trying to find herself too. And I know a lot of people. First of all, I forgot to mention, they named it Terreur because it was named after a French showman and soldier and stuff like that too. And they based it. I forgot they based this episode off a story. as well too. You know what I'm saying? It's a very eye opening episode and stuff like that. I feel like she should definitely get an Emmy nomination for that episode alone, in my opinion, and stuff too. But that's just my personal opinion. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like this whole season was pretty much one of the most again polarized. It was polarizing. It was very. They were trying to do something different. Some stuff worked. Some stuff didn't really work. But I'm intrigued on what the last season is going to feel like because hopefully we don't have to wait a long time for the last season and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much for watching. I didn't want to keep this too long and stuff like that too. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all check out Atlanta. Make sure y'all subscribe and like to this channel. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.